I got some bad news for Rhea Ripley fans. In this video, I'm going to tell you what that is and the potential major effect of it on WWE's plans, storylines, and television. And if I'm Triple H right now, I am freaking out a little bit. So let's dive into this. Because Rhea Ripley, well, she's been on the sidelines since April. At the time that she was having the run of her life, the run of her career, if you will. Rhea Ripley set the world on fire in 2023. She continued that momentum in early 2024. And she was looking to ride that momentum a little bit more. But unfortunately, she got injured, right? Injuries happen. It does not matter to the style, the performer, the promotion, the day of the week. It's going to happen. Injuries are going to happen to all of us. Yes, all of us. We may not even be athletes, but injuries are going to happen. Rhea Ripley had to vacate her women's world title after countless defenses. After over being a year as your women's world champion, Rhea Ripley had to come out on Monday Night Raw and utter those god-awful words, "I have to vacate this championship. I have to relinquish this championship." Some of the worst verbiage in all of pro wrestling. Now, Rhea Ripley was slated to do a program with Liv Morgan over said Women's World Championship. Fortunately, though, she suffered an AC joint sprain in her shoulder due to a backstage segment on Monday Night Raw. Now, if you look at where she came, just look at 2024. Rhea Ripley, she was a continuing prominent star on Monday Night Raw. She then goes and headlines Elimination Chamber in Australia, her home country, against all people Nia Jax. But that show was built around her. And that was a perfect example of why and how women can headline WWE PLEs. She goes into WrestleMania. She defends her championship in the opening match of the second night against Becky Lynch, one of WWE's biggest stars of all time. Coming out of that show, she's about to do a program with Liv Morgan, someone in which she has major backstory with. Fast forward a week, she's injured. She's vacating the championship. She's on the sidelines. WWE has to pivot, and they have pivoted. So that leads us to today's topic. That leads us to today's update, because I'm going to be honest, as a Rhea Ripley fan, I don't want to share this update because it sucks. It's bad news. I don't like it. I wish it was different. But Uncle Dave Meltzer, he came out and reported that Rhea is rehabbing her shoulder rather than having surgery, and right now is not scheduled to be back for SummerSlam. However, Meltzer was also told if she heals up faster than expected, or if the storyline changes up where they need her for an appearance, it's still possible. If rehab can't mend the shoulder enough, she would then get surgery. Okay, why is SummerSlam so important? Well, the original idea was she was going to do rehab. It was going to initially take like 4 to 6 weeks of initial rehab, and then it was going to take an additional 3 months or so for her to do her full rehab and be ready to come back. So the idea was, okay, we're going to do Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan. We're going to let this play out a little bit. Let Rhea heal up. We're going to put the title on Liv. She's doing the best character work of her career. And then we're going to revisit Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Ideally at SummerSlam. Now, here's WWE's PLE schedule right now. So you got Clash at the Castle this month in June, the day before Father's Day. You have Money in the Bank in July. That's a major show, but you don't necessarily need that match. The theme of itself kind of sells it. And then you have SummerSlam in Cleveland in early August. I think it's August 3rd. You want that match on that August 3rd show. It's SummerSlam. You got to load that up, right? And WWE, they're already trying and they've already told you this essentially by booking 2026 as a 2-night event at a stadium, that they want in Minneapolis, they want to make SummerSlam. You know, we've always heard this terminology of like, well, SummerSlam is the WrestleMania version of the summer. And it's like, yeah, sometimes it's not though. Well, when you're doing a 2-night event, you need some big matches, obviously. And you need to set the stage for the expectation that, hey, SummerSlam is a major deal. So they're going to load up this year's show. You best believe it. And so one of those matches that you could get on that card would be Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I think that's a phenomenal match. It's also a big-time match. Currently, as we've seen on Monday Night Raw, WWE has made it very clear that we are building this show around Judgment Day and Liv Morgan. Now, they've been building it around Judgment Day, your Rhea Ripley's, your Damian Priest of the world, for a while now. But especially now that we don't have Cody Rhodes on there, that's the, I mean, look, the top angle, the top storyline right now in WWE is what is going on with Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio, right? Is Dominic really on Rhea's side? Is he just playing her and he's actually on Liv's side? Liv's doing this like stalkerish gimmick. That's all leading to Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. You're going to want Rhea on SummerSlam. You're going to want to do this program at that show. This could really derail things, because we're not even just talking about like pushing the match back, just a PLE. We don't know when Rhea's going to come back. And there's a big open-ended question mark on the end of this of like, okay, are we going to get the match? Is Rhea going to need surgery? What is planned after that? Who can we line up Liv right now to face? That's a realistic and a credible challenger to dethrone her as the Women's World Champion. We're building our show around Liv Morgan with the idea of you go and you revisit Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. If you can't deliver on such a promise of that match within a realistic standpoint, which is about 3 months, I would say, if you can't come out and say, hey, Rhea Ripley is coming. She is coming. Like, you can't have Dominic Mysterio on television and be like, Rhea Ripley's coming back. She's coming back real soon. And then like 6 months later, be like, oh yeah, she had surgery. Like, you can't do that. So how WB navigates these waters is going to be very, very interesting. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what they do. Now, listen, y'all, before I get out of here, y'all, if you need merch, I got you down in the description below with some sweet deals. Also, please consider hitting that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new content here to the channel. Join the masses and join us in our journey, and I will see y'all in the next video.